Hey man, it's always a treat when the players meet. Right now we live on ITL TV, man. We in a place to be, you know what I'm saying? I got S.O.L.O,
I know that, right?
Mr. Right. It's just a coincidence that both of these niggas' names are S.O.L.O, and they both spitting flames, you know what I'm saying? Me and this S.O.L.O go way back in the days, man, you know what I'm saying? With the 05G. Man, the history of it, man, is amazing. But I bore you motherfuckers with this motherfucking conversation. No introduction really needed, man. You know, just Google this shit, man, and just go back. But man, I just want to, man, just recap on some real nigga shit on what we going through and what's finna go on in the making and what we got in stores here at ITL Capital Group. You know what I'm saying? ITL Music, ITL Productions, ITL TV. You know what I'm saying? Because we all leaders, man. If y'all don't know what ITL stand for, it's individual true leaders. You know what I'm saying? Each man have their own organization. And as we unite together with different organizations to create one foundation, we become individualism, true leadership, man. So, man, what's going on with your Playboy?
Same old thing, man. You know, back at it, watching the boys ride, you know, giving me inspiration and motivation. You know, it is what it is. It don't stop. Never did.
Yeah.
So what's up, S.O.L.O?
Hey, you already know, man. It's a beautiful thing, man, when real shit can come together, man. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just taking it all in, embracing the opportunity to be able to express myself freely, you know what I mean? In an atmosphere where it's accepted, where it's not frowned upon, you know, because maybe the content of the music or the direction, you know what I mean, the scope of the way things are headed. You know, it's just, I'm embracing the moment, you know, just real shit, you know, because it's been an uphill battle for me and Scott, you know, dealing with studios and, you know, people not really accepting or taking to the type of music that we create. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's just embracing the moment, you know.
Yeah, man. We appreciate the love, man, and we appreciate y'all's sound, man, as artists. You know what I'm saying? We embrace that real shit because we cut from that cloth, and not everybody can appreciate that type of sound. You know what I'm saying? That type of music and them lyrics, man, that come from the heart and the soul, man. Because we practice that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? As time go by, we evolved as individuals. You know. Yeah. So Mr. Right, man, you know what I'm saying? I see you doing your R&B thing, man.
Yes, man.
You know, the rapping and the lyrics is, you know, you coming out hard, man.
Yeah, you know, as an artist that's been doing this for a long time, I feel like it's way overdue, you know, and at the same time, I think I got like experience in a lot of different, you know, creative processes that I go through just to make my shit sound a certain way. So at the same time, I'm just here for the creative spark part of it, but at the same time, I feel as though what we're trying to do, all of us together, what we're trying to do is just put out something that's identifiable, what's really going on in the community, what's going on in real life.
Facts.
You know, I mean, it's cool to entertain, but at the same time, you got to educate at the same time with entertaining. And I believe that both of them put together makes great music. So at the same time, I just want to say that you guys stay tuned for what we got coming, and we'll see you.
So man, as a artist, what inspires you to stay persistent and consistent in this game?
Well, for me, I'm very competitive, and you know, and I see a lot of guys, and I grew up watching guys doing something that I aspired to do. So, I mean, it's like watching somebody do something that you can do, and you feel like you could do it better. So that just kept me going, in terms of like the challenging myself is to just keep going on for so many years. Maybe not making it right now, but the window of opportunity never closes. So I feel as though, you know, I still have a chance.
Now, I heard you did some time.
All right.
How much time did you serve in the chain gang?
Well, the Department of Corrections is a funny place, especially if you're in Florida, because you go fast here. You can go for nothing, really. So going to prison is a revolving door here. So I've been to prison a few times, and you know, and if you was to put everything together, it'd probably be 13 years in prison, in and out, going in and out of prison. But I tried my best, and I got with people who are positive when I was there, and I also read a lot of books, and I tried to educate myself every day. So, you know, just different strokes, different folks. Some dudes go in there push, you know, bodybuild and shit. I was in there, you know, bodybuilding with them books. Yeah. I was, you know what I'm saying, I was bending steel with my mind. You feel like on Matrix.
Yeah, I see you got the motherfucking scars to prove.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You want to explain some of these body scars, man?
Man, I just would say that when you're in a lifestyle, a lot of things come with it that have consequences. That it could be death, it could be just maimed. Like, you know, I got a little scar on my face, but you know, all that comes from being into shit that, you know, that you didn't know you was, you know, really some real street shit, and it catch up to you. So it's like, you know, you got to know what you into and the consequences of it. Don't just get into it because it's a fad trend or something like that, because it's real shit happening. You guys can get peeled. You can get bust in your face with a Hennessy bottle like I did in the club, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, I'm still here to tell the story, so I ain't, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's sticking up for your homeboy in the fight in the club, and, you know, the numbers against you, but you're still holding your ground. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, we're just gonna speed past that, and what we're on to now, we're more futuristic right now. We can see the green pasture right now. So
yeah, all right, that's what's up. Now, S.O.L.O. Hey, man, you know, when I first met you out here in these motherfucking streets, man, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker, I was at work, man, and the motherfucker played your songs, man, and I was like, look, man, I don't want to hear no shit like that right now, man. I'm trying to focus. And then he was like, man, you gotta hear this shit, man. You just gotta hear it. And he said, it's same as S.O.L.O. I was like, wait a minute, my nigga named S.O.L.O, nigga. I definitely don't want to hear that shit. And then he was like, man, I'm telling you, man. He doing the show tonight, man. You gotta come out there. I was like, I ain't going no motherfucking way. And then I heard the shit. I was like, wait a minute. Call that motherfucking nigga right now. Call the nigga right now and tell him to come up here. I got some shit for this nigga. And you know what I'm saying? And we got it in these motherfucking streets, man. And it was always an honor and a pleasure, man. And I embrace you like a motherfucking brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't no hate. It wasn't none of that shit when I first met you. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I had to tell my other nigga named S.O.L.O, hey, man, it's another nigga named S.O.L.O spitting some S.O.L.O real nigga shit too. Yeah. For real now. Yeah. And he was like, nah, say it ain't. So I was like, yeah, look, the nigga is spitting hard. Dude, he got the grind and the work ethic that we have did through the years. I was like, look, man, this shit is real, S.O.L.O. And, man, you know, it's just a honor and a pleasure, man, to hear your music, man, live in the flesh, man. And I feel that shit in my spirit, man, as a real artist myself. And I try to keep that type of energy around me, man. Mm-hmm. So, man, you got something you want to share to the people, man, on who you are, where you from, man? Because I know you did some years in the chain gang.
Yeah, I had my share of Florida State Prison. Yeah, man, S.O.L.O, Most High. Born and raised right here in Broward County. Oakland Park, Harlem McBride. 12 children my granny had, you know, a lot of drugs, you know, a lot of street life and shit like that. So, you know, it was, you know, the typical struggle coming up, different shit, a lot of things seen, you know, a lot of situations had to be dealt with. And, you know, for the most part, at the end of it, you know, it's just a blessing to be who, you know, I am today. You know, it's in terms of thought patterns and decision making, you know, seeing that, you know, it wasn't the best, you know, upbringing, you know, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I'm grateful for who I am to be able to create the type of product that I'm able to create, to have the type of heart, to have the type of passion, you know, for the music, you know, as I do right now today. So, you know, it's like, it's a beautiful thing. And, you know, S.O.L.O was it started as an acronym, and S.O.L.O was an acronym that stood for Struggles Only Live On. You know what I mean? However, struggles only live on to create the strength to overcome itself. So basically, the struggle has to kill itself. You have to go through it in order to build the strength, because it's basically like everything that you are presented with in life is meant for you. Obstacles are meant to be overcame. You know what I mean? Not be complained about. So at the end of the day, after going through so many obstacles, you build the strength to go through this course, what we call life. And at the end of this course of life, you have the strength, you know, to deal with the obstacles that lie behind you. So it's like when you ask, like, where does the passion for music come from? It's like the struggle lives on. It continues. Right now, today is a struggle. You know what I mean? Personally, it could be a struggle. People struggle with diets. People struggle with language. People struggle with personal issues, whether it's in the area of, you know, sexual performance, whether it's in the area of just self-restraint from certain things, overeating, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, that struggle is there to build a strength. A negative is there to build a positive. And once the positive is created and is understood within itself, then it's able to kill, destroy the negative. Whenever it's able to troubleshoot, so to speak, see it coming. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, I came up with that acronym when I was like 18. I was in the county jail, and, you know, I was on my little pop shit, you know, like, you know, to speak about death and a lot of crazy, you know, in my younger days. And, you know, I ran into a brother that, you know, told me about channeling this energy into something positive and building a more positive force with, you know, my energy. And I took heed, and from that point, you know, S.O.L.O was in the process of being developed over the years. It was almost like a spiritual course. You know, once I made up in my mind that I wanted to be something positive, I wanted to put out a message, I wanted to do something that made people feel good, then that was the seed planted for S.O.L.O. And then came, you know, the different lessons in life, you know, whether it was with my mom doing drugs, whether it was with almost losing my daughter, or whether it was with my brother dealing with flock, and, you know what I mean, this new drug shit going crazy, and, you know, so many things that entail the name S.O.L.O and taking it on. It was like, even when I went to prison, I did 9 years. I caught 10 years in 2004, and I ended up doing 9 years on that 10-year bid, you know. And honestly, today, I would never take back them 9 years, because that 9 years is what it took. It's like a child takes 9 months to be formed in the belly, to be ready to break through. It's like 9 years is what it took for me to be born again and to destroy what I had in order to create what was necessary. You know, so it was like, I won't take that back. So it was like, I ran into a brother on some spiritual type, and the brother's name was Gabriel, and we were in class, you know, Hebrew Israelite studies, and, you know, I got into that culture, and I began to understand, because it was a thing where it taught about self-empowerment. You know, it was a teaching that taught basically ITL type teachings, like, be a leader. You are your own entity. You are your own king. You are your own force. You are your own governor. You are your own everything. You know what I mean? You provide. You set down laws up under what's right, and, you know, one of those type of things. And anyway, you know, long story short on that tip, brother gave me a name. It was a spiritual name. It came from the Bible, and he told me to study it. And when I studied this name, that name led me to S.O.L.O. And it led me to a lot of things dealing with entertainment and, you know what I mean, art and stuff like that. And I realized then that this was something that I was called for, you know, because at one point, you know, I was in the county jail waiting to go to prison, and it was like, I used to rap in the cell, and the things I was saying would draw people in. You know, people will come with their Bibles, breaking out a Bible study to hear his voice. And when they get there, they listen to the content of my music, and it wouldn't hold them long. And at that point, I realized it was time for another level. It was like, I need to be able to hold the attention of the people and not really wave and get the attention. I need to hold it. So, you know, at that point, it was like, you know, I kind of said a prayer out, you know, and I kind of told the Father that I wanted to be a shepherd to the sheep, because I know there's a lot of lost souls and a lot of people that don't understand the way of life, and I wanted to be that voice that can kind of, you know what I mean, give them some sort of guidance or hope. And this thought came from, you know, I was big on Pop coming up. You know, Pop. I used to celebrate his birthday. I used to go and get weed and drink and shit on fucking June 16th.
Yeah,
and you know, I'd be out on the block.
too, you know what I'm saying?
Turn up the music and I smoke. You know, and at the time I'm like 14, 15, and you know, I celebrate Pop birthday and stuff like that, or whatever. But you know, that was like my inspiration. When I used to hear him say big words, I didn't know how I go into the dictionary look them up. So that's who kind of, you know, groomed me into like my content of music. You know what I mean? It was already there as far as the aggression, but the content was Pop. And you know, I prayed, and you know, things began to happen on a more spiritual level as far as how I gained the knowledge. That's when I met Skywriter in like the middle of my journey. You know what I mean? Reading all the books about history and learning about myself and what I stand for, and what it, you know, how much of a blessing it is to be here today. You know what I mean? So basically, this is history in the making, man. It's been a long journey, man. I did a lot of time, and you know, if I could tally it all up, I'd probably say I did like 13, 14 years as well. Nevertheless, you know, it made me who I am, because you know, it's not what you go. It's never a loss. They say, and I read this in the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, and it was talking about failure is never a reality until it's accepted. It's not real. You know, so once you accept failure, then it becomes real. Once you accept a certain thing in your life, then that's when that thing sets in. So you know what I mean? It's like this will never end. You know what I mean? This is an ongoing thing. But again, you know,
so the moral of that story, you can't buy back time, but you can learn from it.
You can learn from it. You can make the best of it. You know what I mean? And I took that time in prison to really sit down, and I said to myself, actually, on that journey, that I can't leave here the same person I came in. And, you know, I began to learn about myself, because a lot of people fail to realize who they are and what they can do, the type of force they divest themselves of power. You know, they take all the power out of themselves and give it to something they don't know or where it is or not, instead of giving themselves the credit to be able to do certain things in this mundane world. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, a spiritual awakening through those 9 years and all the time I had with myself. I was kind of like Skywriter. You know, I really didn't get into the dominoes and the, you know, I did a lot of time talking to bro whenever we went to the rec yard, or some other spiritual guru, someone who understood things I didn't understand. And, you know, actually it was at one point we was on the rec yard, me and Skywriter, and it dawned on him, I guess he seen my ID, and he looked at my date. And he was like, get the, you know, outburst. He was like, man, what the fuck? He was like, man, you a baby. Yeah. He was like, man, I ain't never know you were 23. You know, at the time he almost like 30-something. You know, he like, man, I didn't know you was that young. But, you know, just how I carried myself in the conversation and how we dealt with each other, it was like it would never dawn on him to be like, bro, how old are you? Right. Because it was just, I'm on your level. We just vibing, you know what I mean? And, you know, I showed him things. Like he said, he started coming to me to class, and he went to seeing what made me who I am. And he was like, damn, okay. It was just more like a universal understanding, you know what I mean? So, you know, it was a beautiful thing. And everything happened for a reason, man. You know what I mean? It's like how all of us are sitting here today. You know, we all share the same DNA when it comes to terms of what people call real today. You know, we all share that same quality, where it's not about self. It's not a selfish thing, because that's almost like I don't want to say Satan, but it's like a negative thing when everything is about self and you don't understand what it is to help people. Then you got the wrong concept of life in this world and as a total, you know. And I feel like the four of us sitting here today, we all share the same ideology when it comes to terms of, you know, dealing with real people and not looking for somebody to always help, but helping and, you know, reaping the benefits of what you help. You know what I mean? Or the individual that you're striving with. And it's a beautiful thing, because that's how empires are built. You know what I mean? Absolutely. When everyone shares a general understanding of what it is that we're tackling. You know, you look at right now in societies today, Mexicans can move into a beat down house, and you know, by the morning it's a mansion. You know what I mean? It's just the unity, and that's what I feel when I'm with the brothers right here. You know what I mean? It's like all I could do is smile, you know, because I know that it's okay. Everybody's on the same level. You know what I mean? I don't have to hold shit back. I don't have to be sideways, and you know I don't plan on doing that. So it's like it's just a comfort zone for me, and I know that this is something the universe connected, because you know at the end of the day we all have to deal with the laws of the universe, and it's all revolving with energy, and we all kind of like everything that's here right now. We all understand each other, no matter if it's cultural, different type of beliefs or whatever. We all still share the same golden thread that runs through the cloth. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing, man. And all I can tell the people is really just stay tuned. I mean, if you plan on elevating or finding some sort of way to get through the storm, just stay.
Messages, man. I hope y'all enjoyed them motherfucking videos, man. Hey, man, it's been a long time, man, for ITL, man. Individual true leaders, man. I got one of the original brothers with me, man, that helped start this ITL thing, man, when we was a group, man. You know, man, we go all the way back 20 years ago, man, when ITL first started, man. And he came in on that 18-year mark, man, that 17-year mark around that time, man. And man, you know, this one of the brothers I can say, man, I ain't never got into an argument, a fight, nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we just understand and respect each other as kings, man, and generals and chiefs, man. You know what I'm saying? And we had a long road, man. You know, he been there, man, through all my ups and downs and struggles of this game, man. And the way we took off and ran with the blueprint and the platforms, you know, of just trying to make it as independent artists. And man, I thank you, my brother, man, just for being by my motherfucking side through all these motherfucking years, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I would have done, you know what I'm saying, without a brother like you on my motherfucking side, man, including the others, you know what I'm saying, that played their part. And man, I just, man, I don't know what to say, man. I'm lost for words, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you still doing a good thing, man. When I met you, you already had the company established. You know, you already had soldiers in the streets, you know, doing what they do, trying to make this empire grow. You know, when you came across me, you know, so to speak, I just smelled a little blood in the water. And as them sharks do, you know, I just went in head first under your guidance, you know, not knowing, never been in a recording studio before. You know, never recorded my voice other than a karaoke machine. So, you know, you showed me a lot, man. And I want to thank you for it, you know. So now it's time for us to, you know, use what we done invested and put in and what we know, you know, to help these talented, gifted brothers out. You know what I mean? Because we got records. You know, we got accolades that you can Google and check out, you know, from what they do. Go to the library, pull up newspaper clippings a certain year or whatever. You can see all that. You know what I mean? So we just right now want to try something new. We've been blessed to hear this gift that these young brothers bringing to the table, you know. And I'm excited for y'all to hear it. When y'all hear it, y'all gonna know real. Y'all respected us on the ground. We ain't never been booed off a stage. We ain't never been kicked out of a show. Never been, you know, never fumbled a song on the stage. Even when we was messing around doing open mic. You know what I mean? We was always about the business, man, the work ethic and the grind. We believed we was doing a good thing. We believed we was putting out good music. You know what I mean? So the seasons changed, and that's to correct you on the numbers. You know, you probably go back further with ITL with the business, but I got, 16 years now invested. Yeah, 16 years. So, you know what I mean? We did a lot, man, from New York to Atlanta to Miami, you know, long arm extended to Vegas and all kind of places, man. We've been grinding with our music. The same way the pioneers did it, that's what we did, man. So I'm looking forward to this new journey. And you know, they blessed, they gifted. I'm you know,
Man, we appreciate it, man.
got all my inspiration, man. All of my motivation. I give it to you, bro. Go. You know what I mean? Use your gift. Use it.
Definitely gonna do that. It's an honor to even, you know, have a platform to present it, you know, and all of it is taken in grace, you know. Very much appreciated. And I know I can speak for, you know, for Skywriter as well, you know. It's just an honor because, you know, the little duration of the, I guess 3-4 years since we both been free and actually, you know, working with music, you know, it's been, you know, it's been a lot of frowns on our product, you know what I mean? You know, seeing that it doesn't fit the wave of what music is being accepted today. So,
and who's to say that's the right way? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say
Well,
what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right? And who's to say that this is the correct way to do things, man? Sometimes you just gotta create your own lane, man, and take off. You feel me? And if they don't want to accept it, man, then they can reject it and, you know, get left behind, man, or the message. You feel me? Because this message, man, is a powerful message that need to be heard and understood. And if they don't want to understand it, then they gonna miss out. You know what I'm saying? On the opportunity of just being blessed with the jewels of them powerful words that's being said. You know what I'm saying? And you put your life on the line, man. You shared your life. You know what I'm saying? So if they don't want to, if they can't understand it, then fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
see, my thing is with the whole concept of just how it works. I'm trying to figure it. I'm trying to get a grasp of it right now. But I'm thinking, most times, people that love to do music, and if they have a genuine love of doing music, it's just there. It's not something that goes away. It's something that you're passionate about and you do it. You wake up every morning and go to sleep at night thinking about it. So what I'm saying is, a lot of times, like I got a general respect for whoever. I'm just a respectful person. But at the same time, when do I have to stop kissing your ass? So what I'm saying with that to say, people that made hits from a certain time period, and in these times, they want the same respect as they did in that time frame. Well, my thing to that person, if you got 10 Grammys in the 80s, why did you stop? You should have continued making history because you can make history every single day. So what I say to that is, if you stop, look, most times, the reason people make comebacks is because they think to themselves, hell, I never should have stopped. But guess what? When you stop, things change in the way that whatever you was style or the lingo or the fashion, just the beats.
And not
themselves.
to cut you off on that note, man, there was a
lot.
lot of monkey ball shit going on back in the day where people was getting fucked over and fucked in the ass.
You know what?
Yeah.
And we didn't know what was going on. We didn't understand the business. We just enjoying the words and the message and the music, man. And see, this is what I tell a lot of artists today, man. There's steps and levels to this shit, man. There's a difference between being an artist and doing music, and then being in the music business, and then being in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So you got niggas that's do music, you got niggas in the business, you got niggas in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And then you ask the nigga the question like, yo, man, what you want to do with your talent, man? They say, I just want to get on. And then you be like, damn, okay, let me create an illusion for this nigga, man, and put him on. You know what I'm saying? I could put you on a poster. I could put you on a flyer. I could put you on a magazine cover. I could put you on a song. I could put you on a TV show. What you want to be on? See, when you doing business, all of that shit that you imagining as an artist, it's a whole nother game when you get into business. See, now you gotta copyright the song. Now you gotta register the song. Now you gotta put it on ASCAP, get your ISRC codes. Now you gotta try to market and promote it. And then now you surrounded by the sharks, lions, tigers, and bears. And then now you gotta build a team. Now you gotta weave out which one is a real nigga, which one you want around you, which one you want to protect you, which one you want to manage you, which one you want looking out for your best interests, which one you want to design all your graphics, which one you want to just be in your motherfucking life. And then, once you get that understood, then you got the music industry right there waiting for you to kick in the motherfucking door with an army full of niggas that's on your team. Like, move out the motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this bitch.
Yeah, but the only difference is when we do kick that door open in, just like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, still today, we are company owned. Still today. So when we kick in the door, we ain't expecting shit for no handout. We already got the masters. We already got the DAS. All you want to do is put us in your $1 million studio. You understand what I'm saying? But we recording $10 million hits in our own studio.
Right, we in control of every motherfucking thing. We in control of the edits of the video, the edits of the song, the production, the mix, the mastering, the waves. Ain't nobody touching shit that we write. See, our creativity and our careers is in our own hands. So, as we unfold,
that's a king. And just with respect, not to disregard the brothers that have the Grammys and that have one thing guaranteed in this life. That's death. That's death. You can't do nothing forever. And me being a king, a true king, all inspiration comes from God within my mind. If you a man and you reach a certain age in life and you keep finding yourself running into a brick wall, you ain't doing something right. You might have to stop what you're doing and reroute. Your inspiration's still coming from the Most High. So it's a time out. Summer don't be summer all the time, then it's gonna get cold. So that's what I'm saying. Nothing don't stay the same forever. It may return, but it ain't gonna stay the same forever.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You just pick up where you left off.
Indeed.
And you ride.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As long as he guiding you, can't no man be against you. Nothing.
And then once you get the hang of it, nigga, I'm just gonna sit up there and watch you take off and smile like, look at that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like, man, having a bunch of kings on the team. And it's good to have the soldiers, man. It's necessary because not everybody can lead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is 5% of the business. This is 5%. We ain't got shit. You got 10 million niggas out there sitting on the couch right now. Raw. Never heard, never even touched the microphone.
Wait.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wait.
For every rapper that get replaced, man, it's 1 million right behind them. Right behind them.
Ready to take your motherfucking spot.
Well, so what's the point of that? What's the point? Every man gotta find his own path, his own message. You know, 95% of this shit is business. The other 5%, you go in that studio for 15, 20 minutes in that booth after you done studied and written the record. You go in there and record it. Okay, now what you gonna do with the record? You got so much of businesses that gonna come for just getting this record to be heard. Just getting the record to be heard through the proper channels.
And on that note, man, I just want y'all to know it's going down on ITL TV. You know what I'm saying? It's going down on ITL TV, man. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages, man.
Stay tuned.
Yo, the next video, you're going to love this shit. It's going down, man.
Facts.
We'll be back after these messages.